Hello, my angels. So, what do you do when your auto insurance gets canceled? Geico has been canceling policies left and right. I've heard stories. It happened to me. It happened to a friend of mine and somebody else. They just cancel your policy. Neither one of us got emails or letters. They said they sent it. They didn't. So what happens is when your auto policy gets canceled, you need to find another carrier. Now, if you find another carrier before your policy cancels, it'll be a little bit cheaper and it looks better. If you let it lapse, like mine canceled on Saturday, and I couldn't get anybody to help me until Monday because they don't work on the weekends. And then as soon as Monday came, I got it fixed immediately, but there was still a lapse, so then it goes up like almost $1,000. Yeah. So make sure that you're reading all the letters you get from Geico. Check everything. If for some reason they did not charge you for a month, don't think like, oh, I got lucky. No, you call them and you find out what happened, because chances are they have chosen not to renew your policy. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's a nationwide thing, if it's just a New York thing, because I know that when I called State Farm, they said State Farm is no longer, at the time that this happened, is no longer issuing new policies in New York. So I don't know what's going on, but something's happening. So, you know me, I'm the queen of networking. I am the connector. That is who I am. I, of course, knew somebody who knew somebody who knew somebody that was like, you need to talk to this guy. He's going to help you. Talk to this guy. Pause it. Remember, save it. Tell him Mayra sent you, or the girl from YouTube. He was able to immediately look up a quote. It was a little bit more than I was paying before, but it still was reasonable. But you have to do it within 6 months. It's a full payment within 6 months. So I had to put like over $1,000 down, and then I paid a certain amount every month for 5 months, and then I was paid for the whole year, and I was used to paying monthly. So it was something I had to throw money at the problem, but at least the problem got resolved. I don't have to think about it again. I make my 5 payments and I'm good. After a year, then you can go and find whatever carrier you want, shop around and switch from whatever, because what it is once you lapse, or you're considered high risk, like if you got a couple of tickets, or you've been in an accident, or if you like 2 accidents in like 2 or 3 years or something, some people consider you high risk. So what they'll do is they put you in a pool, and all your information gets sent to them, and then it goes out to different carriers. So by the time you call them, they already have all your information. What happened was the state takes over, gives you that policy that I was telling you about. You pay a 25% down payment, and then you pay for 5 months, and then you're paid for the whole year. And then after that, other carriers will be able to take you again. For sure, I am never going to give Geico my business again. I was with them for over 15 plus years. They gave me no notice, no phone calls, no nothing. Nothing. I checked all my emails, my spam, my trash. Nothing came in the mail. Oh yeah, we did our they did not do their due diligence at all. And I'm putting it online out there for the world to see. If you're going to do something like that, send a couple of letters, send a couple of emails, because this is a really big deal. So I decided to make this video because I know that there's other people out there like me. If you watch my channel, I'm constantly educating people on what to do on different things that happen in my life. Because if you don't talk about it, you don't know what to do. And then you're sitting there like, I don't know what to do. Call this guy. He helped me. And the thing is that he's a personal agent. So as a personal agent, they help you more than something like Geico. When you call Geico, you get a call center. They read a script. They do whatever, But an agent is someone who's like super they're educated as well in Geico. But they actually care about keeping your business in their specific location. Therefore, they're going to go above and beyond for you. They're not going to make you wait. They're not going to be like, I don't know, get back to me tomorrow. They're going to be like, okay, I'll take care of it. I'll get back to you by the end of the day. And then they give you your options and they're good to go. Because every person matters when it's a smaller agency. So I thank God for the connection that had the connection to the connection. That, helped me. I gave him a little thank you card at the end, just to let him know that, I was grateful for his how quickly he handled the matter. It was immediate. He was like, okay, call me back within an hour. He had rates. I had to go to the bank, deposit some money, went straight over there, got everything done. Boom, I was done. Super quick. So if you're one of these people and you're like, what do I do now? And you're calling and people are like, oh, well, we can't do anything for you. I went to one place, I think it was State Farm. They told me it was going to be $7,500 a year. This place was $2,000 plus less than what they were charging me. Like, trust me. Well, don't trust me. Check for yourself. Check for yourself. Do your own research. But definitely check this person out, because he really saved me. One-stop shop. I didn't have to worry about anything. I got a couple of quotes from other people. They were thousands of dollars more than what I got here. And I got better service. They were nice. They were sweet. They offered me water, coffee, tea. I was just like, it felt nice. I had to go into the office and sign some papers. I had to bring a copy of either like a Con Edison bill or a credit card statement as proof of address to where you live. I've been in my location for 15 plus years, so I don't know if that helped or anything. I've been covered the whole entire time. Since I was 21, I've had insurance. So it's going to be different for everyone, obviously, because we all have different driving records. We all have different incidences. So definitely call and get your quote, but you can do whatever you want. You can go directly to an Allstate rep at where you live, or maybe he'll recommend somebody, because this is New York. I don't know if he does New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, all 50 states. I'm not sure. You would have to call him, but I'm sure he would recommend somebody, because everybody knows everybody. You know what I mean? But I was very grateful, and I wanted to make this video because I had like a mini kind of like, what the fuck, yesterday. And then I was like, you know what, Mayra, calm down. Put your feelers out there. I went on Facebook. I was like, hey, this is what happened to me. Can anybody help? And somebody came around and they were like, yeah, I know this guy. Give him a call. I called him and everything was good. So if you don't want to go through this guy, you can go on Facebook and say, hey, this is what's happening. Does anybody know anybody? And perhaps you'll find somebody that way. But that's what I have for you guys. Wanted to share that information in case you know somebody that this is happening to. You could be like, oh my God, my friend Mayra, she just had this happen to her. Call this guy, or, watch her video, and if you can, please like, share, send it to whoever this might be happening to, because I've already found like anywhere from 3 to 5 other people this happened to in the last 2 months. Go figure. Anyways, that's what I got for you guys. Until next time, XOXO. Hey you guys, so I just wanted to be very clear because I just rewatched the video. So what happened was I made a large payment in December. My policy renews in March. So that large payment in December paid off that 6 months from before, and then the policy started again in March. I thought that perhaps I had made another large payment in advance and that I didn't have to pay the last 2 months. I was like, oh, well, maybe I'm not being charged because I prepaid, like I overpaid in the beginning, therefore I didn't have to pay. But when that second payment didn't come through, because last month they didn't take out the money and this month they didn't take out the money, I called them. So my policy renews on the 17th. On the 18th, I called them. I'm like, what's going on? You guys haven't charged me for 2 months. They were like, oh, we decided to cancel your policy. I'm like, what do you mean? You didn't even tell me. They're like, oh, we sent an email and a letter. I'm like, no, you didn't. Because had you done that, I would have taken care of it a long time ago. Like, I literally took care of it within 24 hours of me finding out that my policy was canceled. So why wouldn't you tell me? They should call you twice. They should email you twice, and they should send you letters twice. They should even have a button that says, please confirm that you recognize that the policy's been canceled. And if you haven't pressed that button, they should keep trying to contact you until they're aware that you're aware that your policy's been canceled. Do you understand what I mean? But they don't do that. And my friend said the same thing. They never gave her a letter. They never sent her an email. And they swear up and down that they did. When I was at the insurance company, they're like, yeah, we've had people that their policies lapsed for 2 months because they didn't know. They just thought, oh, well, they didn't charge me. I guess like me, I guess I overpaid a few months and I'm fine. So then when they called to find out why haven't you been charging me, then they found out their policy has been canceled for 2 months. I was only 24 hours because I'm on top of it. You know what I mean? Like, I take care of all my stuff. I'm on top of everything. So when I saw that I didn't get billed 2 months in a row, I was like, something's wrong, because I knew my policy renewed now in September. So I was like, oh, I guess the policy is going to renew. So then I called to find out, like, what's the new rate, what's going on, because it's it's September through March, and then March through September. So I just figured, okay, the policy is renewing. They're gonna start charging me now, but they didn't. And I thought that was weird. You know, so I thought they'd missed the last payment because I overpaid and that they would charge me now. But since they didn't, something went off in my head and I was like, okay, I need to find out what's going on. So if you miss one payment is not taken out, you call them because maybe your credit card didn't go through. Maybe there wasn't enough money in the bank account. For whatever reason, you call them and you find out why. Because if your policy lapses, that's a bad thing. Like really bad. It looks really bad. So I made this video for everyone. Look, make sure your money comes out if you're on auto pay. When you do this program with the state, there's no auto pay. You have to write a check and you have to mail it in. Like, it's crazy. You have to write a check and you have to mail it in because it's to the state. And you know how the state is. They don't, yeah. So I'm going to see when I get my first letter whether or not I can do auto pay or if it's just a check. Praying to God that I could do auto pay because I don't like writing checks and sending them in. It's just not my thing. But that's what happened to me, and I just wanted to be clear because it wasn't clear before. I think before I said something like, you know, I paid a lump sum and then I thought I had canceled the policy, meaning like I don't have to pay anymore for that 6-month period. And then in March, it renews again for 6 months, and then I have to pay again. And then I thought I made a bigger payment in March, which then offset the last month that I had to pay, which is why they didn't charge me the last month. So I just wanted to be clear on that. But that's what happened to me. I hope and pray this doesn't happen to anyone else. I wouldn't wish this on anybody. And if it is happening, I hope that this video helps and it reaches the people that it's meant to reach. And that's what I got for you. My name is Mayra. My channel's Let Me School You. It was a channel that I created to talk to my friends overseas so that they can all kind of keep in touch with me instead of having to repeat my story every time I talk to different people. And then it kind of turned into a let me teach the world what I've learned because I need to vent. That's me. All right, you guys, until next time. Bye. One more thing. So sorry. So what happens when your policy lapses? This is what they told me. They said you're going to get a letter from the state that says you got to return your plates. You don't have to return your plates. Then they said, you know, that you got to return your plates for a day or whatever, and then they're going to give it back, or you don't have to do that. Then you're going to get a second letter that says, oh, we see that you got insurance, right? Because remember, there's a 24-hour gap, so they're going to immediately send a letter once the insurance cancels, saying that you have to bring your plates back and surrender them, and they might charge you a fine or a penalty. But then they'll see that, oh, you got insurance. So what they do, they said for me, I don't know what it's going to be like for anybody else. I said, since your insurance only lapsed for a day, they might charge you, they said $8. Now, it might be $80. I don't know. I heard $8. Maybe I wanted to hear $8. But they said they'll probably charge you something like $8. And then you just pay the $8 and then you're fine because you're already covered. They know you're covered. Everything's fine. Everything's fine with the state. Don't worry about it. Now, if you have lapsed for a long period of time, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know if they charge $8 a day, $80 a day. I heard $8. So I'm like, $8, that's nothing. If it's $80, I don't even care. I'll pay the $80. I don't really care at this point. But if you're lapsed for a long period of time, I don't know if they're going to fine you or give you a penalty. So just keep that in mind. The longer you're lapsed, the more you're going to have to pay for that period that you were not covered. Does that make sense? That's all I got for you. Okay, now I'm done. Now I'm officially done. Really, I swear, I'm done. Okay. Bye.